Today I will tell you what is in my heart. My name is John Lee. I am an ordinary man and nothing more. That day, after spending time with Kiara, when I woke up, a lot of time had already passed. Normally, I woke up at 7 in the morning, but that day, maybe Kiara can explain better in her own words.
I had woken up early that day, but I deliberately did not wake John. I wanted him to stay with me. Just that. That night I tried very hard in every possible way to make John lean toward me, but he kept making different excuses. Then when we lay down, before that I gave him a drink, and I mixed a pill into it, so that he was still conscious. But later he would not remember anything, what I had done with him. Yes, I did that, because I was thirsty. My body was extremely thirsty. I wanted union. I wanted closeness. But we cannot do something like this with just anyone, can we? A partner is needed. A young man who loves you, you love him. So that when you build a physical relationship with someone, you can accept him with your heart. That is why maybe I had fallen in love with him. But in John's heart, there was nothing like that at all. I felt it that night, even after I gave him that intoxicating medicine. His interest in me was not the same. I could feel it when I was going into his arms, from the front or from behind. His reaction was not like that at all. I was feeling bad too. Then I realized that maybe he was not mine, and I decided that I would not cross a certain limit. Then I left John in his own state. And then I kept suffering the whole night, burning inside, just for a few hours of pleasure. Then John fell asleep. I had to take medicine so that I could get some calm. The restlessness in my body reduced a little, and I too fell asleep. John wanted to leave at night itself, but I kept stopping him with one thing or another, and he stayed. But we slept separately. That was his condition. Actually, the woman whose husband he was, John had gotten her after many difficulties. John loved his wife a lot, but maybe his wife did not love him that much. And I had fallen in love with such a man who was already married and who had children too, and who was a man living happily in a family. What could I do? I did not want to lose him at all. When I woke up in the morning, maybe it was 7 o'clock, and I did not wake John. He was handsome and smart too. He looked very lovely to me while sleeping. John did not know, but every little while I was kissing his face while he slept. Anyway, then he woke up and it was 10 in the morning, and I was in the kitchen preparing breakfast for him. He suddenly came into the kitchen and burst out at me. He started scolding me. He said, "Why didn't you wake me in the morning? You should have woken me early." He shouted at me because he could not go to the office. I was getting very angry. I was telling John that you cannot talk to me like this. He was furious. He said I couldn't go to the office. I had some important meetings, and now I will go home. So what will I tell my wife? What excuse will I make? I had told her that after doing a night shift at the office, I would come home at 6 in the morning. John told me all this in great distress, and I was listening to him in shocked silence. Then I started speaking. I told him, "For the past 1 hour I have been in the kitchen, only for you, making breakfast for you, so that we both could sit together and have a good breakfast, and you are still talking about going home? Am I crazy?" Then John stood up from the chair and looked straight into my eyes and said, "Who are you? What are you to me? The one who takes care of my children at home? That is my wife. What relationship do I have with you? Just that of a friend? Do the two of us have any right over each other?" John kept scolding me again and again. and his words were striking my heart. Then in anger, John stood up, picked up his coat, and left. I kept crying alone in my house. I did not even eat breakfast. But after some time passed, I thought, maybe John was right. Who am I to him? What right do I have over him? I had to accept that the one who called him home, the one who stopped him at night, and the one who forced John just to extinguish the fire of her own body was only me alone. He was never truly with me. The next day, we met again at the office. John did not even look in my direction. I felt bad, deeply bad. I went close to him. I tried to talk to him, tried to start a normal conversation, but he ignored me again, as if I was invisible, as if I did not exist at all. Still, quo. I endured it. That same day, there was a party in the office. I do not even remember the exact reason. Maybe a project completion, maybe something arranged by management, but our manager had organized it and invited all the workers and their families too. The party was supposed to begin after office hours. When it started, I reached there first, before anyone else from our staff. Slowly, guests began to arrive. Laughter, chatter, the sound of glasses clinking, soft music in the background. But John was nowhere to be seen. My eyes kept searching for him in the crowd. Again and again. Every new face that entered the hall made my heart jump for a second. Maybe it was him. Then, after some time, he arrived. And the moment I saw him, I froze. It felt as if he was taking revenge on me for something. He had come with his family. My heart sank. I stayed right where I was, pretending to look normal. He walked in with his 2 small children and his wife. She was beautiful, perhaps more beautiful than me. Confident, bold, well-dressed. But as I watched them closely, I sensed something strange between them. Something disturbed. Something not quite right. Her behavior toward John did not feel pleasant to me at all. She scolded him again and again, on small things, trivial things. I could not decide what I was supposed to feel. Should I be happy seeing that distance between them? Or should I think, no, husband and wife should not behave like this with each other? Still, I will admit it. Somewhere deep inside me, I felt a strange satisfaction, because a voice in my heart kept whispering, I am better for him than she is. In my mind, John deserved me. The party eventually ended. We all drank. People laughed, talked, took photos, and then slowly left for their homes. I was drunk too, very drunk. Outside in the parking area, I met an old friend. His name was Steve, from my college days. He pulled his car up beside me and told me to get in. I was walking on foot. I had drunk far too much that night. At first I refused, but he insisted again and again, and finally I gave in. He asked me for my address. I could not tell him. I was not fully in my senses. My words were heavy, tangled, so he took me to his place. I vaguely remember him asking questions about me, trying to talk, trying to keep me awake, but I could not answer. I was only crying. Softly, broken. He laid me down on his bed. After that, I fell asleep. And then, nothing. Morning came. When I woke up, I was fully conscious. I called out his name. Steve? He came into the room. I looked straight at him and asked, what did you do with me last night? He stood there, stunned, just staring at me. I asked again. And again. Tell me. What did you do? After a pause, he finally said quietly, nothing. Look at your clothes. That was all he said. I looked down at myself. I was still wearing the same dress, the same dirty, crumpled dress he had brought me in. Relief washed over me. Slowly, I trusted him. I asked, is there anyone else in the house? No, he replied. I stepped closer to him, hugged him, and kissed him. He was shocked again. "What's wrong with you?" he asked. I told him to stay quiet, locked the room door. That morning, we ate breakfast together. I cannot even explain how it feels when, after a very long time, you finally get something you have been craving. We spent 2, maybe 3 hours together. I fulfilled my need, only for my own thirst. I trusted him. He was a very old friend from college. We had met after so many years, so I thought maybe a little fun was fine. When we were done, when our desires had calmed, Steve suggested we go out to eat, to a good restaurant. It was his idea. How could I say no? The place was expensive, but Steve was with me. We reached there, sat down. He was sitting right in front of me. It looked like a date, and then at a table not very far from us, John walked in with one of his friends. My eyes locked onto him. He saw me too. He walked up to our table, stopped in front of me, looked at Steve. His face showed nothing. No anger, no surprise, as if it did not matter at all. Then he spoke. "Well, good for you. Looks like Kiara finally got herself a boyfriend. Enjoy yourself." And with that, John turned and walked away. And once again, I drowned in my love. Because sometimes, when a person falls in love, no matter how hard they try, they simply cannot forget.